Nicholas Diorio.
Hey, I needed like someone to save me because I'm only 2 hours in.
You're only 2 hours in? Okay.
I've been watching this for 4 hours, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, that's the boat I'm in. I finished it. Do you want me to spoil it for you or no?
Is there anything interesting that happens? I'm gonna watch it after, but in the last 30 minutes, is there anything valuable that occurs here?
Actually, yes. Yeah.
Wait, are you serious? I watched this whole thing, and they're like, but wait, there's more. Like the dog pack one where he's like, hey guys, there's a sex offender in this video.
So basically, at the end of it, Oompa goes over questions that he didn't ask in person. He asks about Chris Tyson, and he asks about the crypto stuff more in depth.
Wait, oh my god, dude, that guy is so bad, chat. Holy sh! Wait, he talks about the crypto shit again?
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. There's no... Dude, I had a guy come after me like, Oompa's a piece of shit. He didn't even talk about the CoffeeZilla stuff, so I said that guy's permit if...
He does. He goes over the specific points,
he talks about it twice! That's crazy.
He goes over, like, the tweets. He goes over the video of Beast on the podcast. He goes over it.
Oh my god. So what was the big takeaway?
For the crypto stuff, I mean, there's multiple points in regards to the charity thing. Beast basically said, like, yeah, I mean, you know, it wasn't intentional. People just didn't buy the coin. In regards to the other stuff, he basically just made a blanket statement of, yeah, I don't control the fund. That's basically what he said every time. Oompa questioned specific points as well and kept going. And he didn't really, you know, Beast didn't really give a lot of ground there. He was just like, yeah, I don't really, you know, it's not really my fund. I don't own it. I don't push the buttons. In regards to Chris, he said he didn't know who Shadman was. Basically, was his response there.
Is there anything to imply that he knew who Shadman was? The only screenshot I see shopped around is an edited photograph that shows Mr. Beast responding to a person who responded to Shadman. But then if you actually find the full screenshot, it's responding to Chris Tyson responding to a person responding to Shadman.
I could be wrong, but from everything I remember, I don't think there's ever been an instance of Mr. Beast saying the word Shadman out loud before this interview. I could be wrong.
What I see is like people are like, dude, but he had the photo in his house. I go, yeah, in Chris's room. And when it's in Chris's room, what is he supposed to go? Like, oh, that's the iconic illustrated child pizza. Only could be drawn by Shadman. Like,
well, here's a point. Here's a point that is interesting, right? So in the group chat that Rosanna Pansino shows, one of the things they talk about is Mr. Beast making a joke like, oh, Chris would like this. And the joke is like, whether the anime was about this or not, the joke seems to be the idea that he's sending that as a joke to imply that Chris like makes jokes about fucking kids, right?
Yep.
So that, you know, if you take that, why did he think that? Was it because he knew who Shadman was?
Yeah, no, this is a dog packism. This is like, I'm gonna just throw shit at the wall, and then I'm gonna connect the dots when the splatter's on the wall.
I don't think it's a dog packism. It's like you could say that comment was just like a completely random thing, right? I'm not saying that Mr. Beast thought that Chris was into kids or into lolly. What I am saying is it may have been a joke behind the scenes that Chris was into that kind of stuff, right? It might have been a joke like, haha, Chris is a pedo, but not being serious if he was actually a pedo, right? Because Chris likes to make those jokes. Is that not fair?
I mean, Chris made jokes about like pedophile stuff in that chat, so yeah, that would be fair.
That's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't tie it directly to Shadman, like knowing that he's got like a lolicon on his wall.
I'm gonna say it ties it directly, but obviously some people are gonna paint that picture now.
I don't think that's necessarily a fair character. Like, there's so many examples of Chris Tyson interacting with this person specifically. If he knew who Shad was, I feel like we would have something to work with that's direct.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, how many YouTubers were interacting directly with Shadman shamelessly at this exact time frame right now?
A lot.
Like, it was socially acceptable at this point in time, and as crazy as that is to say, it was socially acceptable to interact with them. There's a whole list of people, and those people, when that came out, the same people who are saying that this is a huge deal right now were like, oh no, please don't go after Ricky Berwick, or oh no, please don't go after what is it?
Are there people saying
Chris
that? I haven't seen anyone doing that.
What do you mean? There was a list that was posted earlier this summer that had like every single person who'd ever interacted with Shadman directly.
Yeah, but are any of those people that were in the list saying this is so fucked up for Chris or whatever?
No. I'm saying like the people who were going at that list saying like, hey, it's fucked up that you're just putting all these names here. It's the same subreddit that's going on and saying like, Jimmy clearly knew who Shadman was. Check out this Rosanna video. You know what I mean? Like, the whole subreddit was like, this is unnecessary to do a witch hunt on everyone who ever spoke to Shadman. And then simultaneously, they're pushing this Rosanna video super hard.
What did you think about the YouTube drama callouts?
I think it's justified. I haven't gotten to the document yet, but he pulled up like 30 threads.
The document has some examples that are pretty good. The
subreddit
is
kind
of
some of them. Some of them were mine. They were taken from my
were
Twitter.
they?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Wait,
But
what the? I just got a message from the deep state. He's
mhm.
watching. He's watching.
You know, oh, if he is, dude, chat with me and Mudahar. I think we could do a better interview than that.
He's watching.
Honestly,
He said
if you're
the
watching, I'm calling it. That is the way to go about this. Bring in the Mama Max team to figure out what happened.
I got a DM. Mr. Beast from the deep state said the reason I shared the anime is because it had a long title and Chris watched animes with long titles. That's what he said,
Yeah.
which is possible. I could believe that. I mean, at the end of the day, the big problem is like, if you want to say Jimmy knew, you need more of a smoking gun than we've seen. You know, like as far as
Yeah.
like the Discord server, for example, I would have liked to see that asked about more in the interview. But at the same time, I don't have any definitive reason to believe that Mr. Beast knew what was going on in that Discord server. You know,
Yeah, I have a thing that I don't think he used that I can show you.
I would have liked to
say,
see a
like,
question though. I'll say that.
oh fuck, hold on one second. My thing is gonna go. My donation sound. Thank you for that. But let me pull this up real fast because this is actually kind of valuable. Okay, so this is a YouTube drama mega thread that was posted. I will show this to my guys, but for you, here it is. So
You want me to
right
bring
here,
this up on stream? I can bring this up.
yeah, show this on stream right here. So this is a specific post by a moderator of the subreddit who was condensing threads because obviously Mr. Beast's story is taking up a lot of space. It's a big thing that's popping up for everybody to talk about. But this guy made a mega thread and then self-captioned it when the Soggy video first dropped and had much less criticism going after it. It's like, this video has some weird stuff in it, but here's the important stuff surrounding it. So like the subreddit moderator poisons the well before linking to all the posts to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's like kind of fucking weird, dude. I'm sorry. Like that's one of the guys who are running the subreddit intentionally poisoning the well, and then
I mean, this subreddit is absolute
where
cancer.
to talk about it.
This this subreddit has always been this way. They're the most uncharitable group of fucking retards. Did you see that? You see Asmongold, his editor, like called them out. That was pretty funny.
Excalibur Umber guy, who's like
That guy
responsible
obsessively
for
posts about me.
90% of the posts about us. Yeah. That guy, he goes after Willie all the time. All that guy posts is anime porn and shitting on me, you, and Asmongold.
He straight up lied about me too, and the post was shown in that
Constantly.
Asmongold video. He lied
We're
about
actually
me.
on the subreddit. He's posting us right now while we're talking. This is a clip from this is on the subreddit, which is, by the way, the only way I can talk because they've banned my accounts.
Are you fucking around?
I'm banned from there. They
No,
won't
that
unban
specific guy is posting about us right now.
Oh no, I mean, we're in the clip. It hasn't been posted yet, but we're in the clip. Like we're breaking the fourth wall.
We don't know about the clip yet. The clip was posted.
The clip hasn't happened yet, but we're in it. Yeah.
We're live now, but a clip of the stream was posted 48 hours ago. That's what you don't understand.
We just don't understand the future here.
They knew about the clip before we did.
What did you think about the interview, just in general? Like what's happened here?
Overall, it was pretty good. I think that it was about 70% the way I wanted, 30% not. I would have liked to see slightly more specific lines of questioning sometimes, but overall, it was pretty good. Yeah.
There needs to be some follow-ups. There's certain stuff that needed to be asked that wasn't asked. But I do think this is going to come off like a bit of I keep calling it a softball interview. And look, I am not going to bash Oompaville super hard for this because I think that he did probably the best what he could do in under 24 hours of preparation when the biggest YouTuber on the site goes to his house, right? Like there's an expectation here that's kind of probably a little big, bigger than life for him at that moment. And simultaneously, I mean, we know in the past that he hasn't done super crazy good research when he's been covering the story. He's deleted his previous interview with Dogpack. So obviously he agrees with us that there's been problems with his cover. Yeah, I mean, I was looking for a raw copy. It's gone.
Which one? Because he did like
the
3,
James
right?
Warren one is gone.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good actually.
One. It's been that one's been deleted. So it's just like this guy hasn't been super into the story for a couple months, and he's in a position where he's got to ask all the hard questions for the interview.
For a time frame 24 hours, it was good, and there were always going to be unanswered things. That's always going to be the case. But I'd like to see a follow up. I think you and Mudahar would probably be good for that. I think, yeah.
I think I'm honestly, and I'm not just blowing I didn't want this, to be honest, in the very beginning. I never even considered it until I was in the middle of this fucking thing. And it's like, I feel like the questions need to be asked. I need to know, hey man, but didn't Delaware work with Chris Tyson before all of this? Weren't they wasn't Delaware Chris Tyson's boss? That's kind of relevant. I think that's something that needs to be answered, right?
That does definitely, that was a concerning thing for me because it was like I would guess that Ubaville genuinely didn't know about that, which to me is kind of fair because nobody knows about that. You didn't know about that until I talked about it the other day.
I found out about this 3 days ago. Yeah, this was an Art's video, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
That's got to get brought up. Like there are questions, like there are follow-up questions that were missed here. And there was just a lot of talking that wasn't coming out of Mr. Beast's mouth. I found some of the stuff that Mr. Beast was saying was like the better portions of the interview, but it felt like that like I don't know, it felt like he was trying to overcorrect and he was giving like extra shit that wasn't necessary for the conversation to progress. Oompa specifically.
Maybe, but
He was preempting, he was asking questions and answering them before he was saying like just what I did just to you right now, where I left that open
well,
ended and
okay, but
immediately cut you
generally,
off.
in fairness, generally he would ask a question, Beast would respond, and then he would elaborate after, right?
No, but in around the middle of it, it became more of a casual podcast conversation for a little while, and then, like, I mean, I'm 40 minutes into the Beast interview. Why the fuck are we starting with, uh, how do you feel about HR? Like, there's
Yeah,
no
that
way.
was a
What
very
is he gonna answer? What is he supposed to say? Okay, yeah, so here's all my employees' files. We're gonna go
so
through
that
them
was
one by
that
one.
was another thing. Lakoya and James Warren didn't get talked about in the interview at all.
I mean, Lakoya needed to come up. James Warren, less so.
James Warren didn't
I
need
don't
to,
know.
but to me, it's like if you want to put it all to bed, or if Mr. Beast wants to put it all to bed, it should all come up in specifics, I think, or else it
Well,
looks
I
like
mean,
it's
we
like
know that
being
he
hidden.
wasn't charged. We've never seen evidence that he beats animals. The entire thing about the scam is complete bullshit. Like, some guy's gone to prison for like 8 years over that. It was litigated in a court of law. Dogpack makes the claim, like, well, this guy's been charged. He beats his girlfriend. He beats his animals. So I think it's plausible that he probably also was involved in this scam. And it's like half the stuff that he used to create that. That's what I call a dogpackism. He just
Well, yeah,
says a
but the
bunch
thing
of
is, like,
lies.
that's why I would have liked to see it get addressed specifically because, like,
Yeah.
once again, when Mr. Beast doesn't respond to that at all, people just infer that he's guilty.
And
So
it's an
it
easy
not being
slam
brought
dunk. The
up,
video's been taken down. That's
exactly,
something.
it's
Yeah,
so provable. I mean, maybe he didn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want to bring James Warren up again. Maybe that's it, which is fair, but
which is his cousin, right? I don't know. That
yeah,
is his
it's like
cousin.
he doesn't want to
Yeah.
do undue damage to that guy who's as far as we've seen, innocent.
Bro, I like shit myself because we were talking about something mundane, and then it just cuts, and he's like, "So you hired a registered sex offender named Delaware?" And dude, I was like, "Who the fuck starts a conversation like that?" That was great. That woke me up in the middle of it.
I think best case scenario would have been hardest questions to easiest. Like
Yeah.
start off with Coffee's thing. Like work
Well,
backwards.
I
Like
had people write me, they're not talking about CoffeeZilla. I'm like, that's great. You know, CoffeeZilla's from 4 days ago. You
they
guys
do talk
understand that
about coffee.
we've been doing 3 months where they said this guy was literally hiring fucking sex offenders and running rapists through the company. Okay, so there's like a few important allegations here that we probably should address, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, let's not just pretend that like CoffeeZilla is the reason why this is happening. Mr. Beast could have scammed $1 billion worth of crypto. It wouldn't make the last 3 months of peddling bullshit by commentary YouTubers justified.
I think another thing to talk about is it's a 3-hour interview. The
Yeah.
preparation was less than 24 hours, and it came out within 48 hours of it being filmed. That is a
And
really good
Batman couldn't
turnaround
have done
time.
this better with 3 hours of prep, dude, or like 48 hours of prep.
Yeah, yeah. But still, there are things I would like to see addressed, which, in fairness, I mean, I guess I do have DMs with Mr. Beast. Maybe I could just ask him.
Yeah.
Maybe I could just ask him. I don't know if I can get an interview. Maybe I could just ask him these specific questions. I don't see why not. So
I just think he needs to talk more. I don't think he needs to speak through YouTubers. I think that was a miscalculation to go and talk to like
you mean through
everybody.
Soggy?
No, so through Soggy, I thought was a fine video. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. My issue comes from like messaging Pyro, messaging you, messaging the guy from your chat. And it's like, I don't think that there's necessarily anything malicious about going out and saying like, hey, you've covered misinformation about me, Pegasus. It would probably be cool if you corrected it. This guy Soggy has come up and cleared up a lot of stuff. So, like, it sounds innocent enough when you word it like that. But, I mean, there are people here, there are sharks in the water, Tom. They're not going to read this the same way that he could present it. You know what I mean? Like, that was a miscalculation on his part because
What the fuck?
there are some
What the
people who are
fuck
happy
is
enough just to tweet it out.
what the fuck is Pegasus gonna say?
I mean, his video today was atrocious. Where
I
he
didn't
covered
even.
Soggy's video.
I didn't
That
even
guy's
watch
just
it.
an audience captured, basically malicious actor at this point.
What was so bad about it?
I mean, it's just like completely downplaying everything. It came off to me, and I think you should watch it yourself to see. It felt like he was just bent because Soggy made the slop video and talked about him. That's how I felt when I was watching it.
Did you talk
It
about
was just
that
like,
or no?
I didn't see the entire fucking thing. I watched about like the first half, but yeah, I'm saving the rest for the stream. It was really It's something.
You
I
think he
think you should just watch
downplayed
it.
Dogpack?
No, I think he downplayed Soggy dramatically.
What do you mean downplayed him? Like how bad he
Like this
fucked
stuff.
up, or
I think we would both agree that it's definitely important that Soggy discloses that he was paid by a Beast employee, even if that money's not being reimbursed about the interview,
Mhm.
right? But like he's downplaying the other stuff in the video, like like I'm not gonna say all these specifics, but like downplaying the other stuff that's provable by screenshots and Wayback Machine archives. And there were some pretty thorough debunks across that entire video.
Yeah.
Those were big points. I'm sorry, dude. I watched one guy's video about the Tony's Chocolonely shit, where he got all the way there, and he's like, "Mr. Beast uses slavery in his videos, but there's actually ways to do this without exploitation. Have you heard of Tony's Chocolate?" So he knew about that shit,
Dude, the
but he didn't
comments
know to
are
Google it.
insane. I'm reading this one comment on Pegasus's video. I'm noticing multiple manipulation tactics with Mr. Beast calling you, between giving you private information that nobody else is supposed to know, to having that many hours in, lol, to trying to come off as more relatable, because frankly, it's really easy to manipulate someone when you're being so nice to them, as well as trusting you like a best friend. He clearly is not your friend, and is trying to sway you to his side, because he's trying to make sure media output isn't covering him in a negative light. Do these people think that Pegasus is retarded? They might be right. But do they think that, like, they think manipulation is as easy as like somebody messaging you like, "Hey man, you want to have a chat?" Is that manipulation?
It's like, I'm sorry you didn't get the job, little bro. I don't know. Like, listen, if he doesn't want to do a chat with me and Mudahar, I'm not going to write a 15-page essay on it and then make a little soy-faced video afterwards because I'm bent. That was his
Yeah.
opening point. His opening point in the Soggy thing was like the update that Mr. Beast won't do an interview with him.
Mina Sabe, I already talked about my thoughts on the Chris coverage. Yeah, I wish it had been a little more in depth.
Yep.
Well,
It's crazy because the Chris shit's like 4 months ago now, almost. Like we're
Yeah.
just still talking about it. It's still unrest. We're probably never gonna hear anything else. He's been fired from Mr. Beast. The guy's like the girl's like offline. I don't think it's gonna.
someone in
We're probably not gonna learn anything.
someone in chat brought up to me something I forgot. So we're getting Dogpack Part 3 now, right? He responded.
No, I mean Dogpack wrote me privately saying I fucking annihilated his credibility on the third one and he was done. And then he went out and put out like the CP investigation with Rosanna. So I feel like all responses future wise are gonna be through Rosanna. And if Dogpack is really getting fucking sued, I doubt he'll be in those videos.
Dogpack, if you're listening, you've already lost it all. Go deeper. Go deep, okay? You're already probably going to get sued for $10 billion. What do you have to lose? Make 5 more videos.
He doesn't have the money to pay this fucking thing.
I
don't
know.
even
So slander him
They're gonna
more.
Garnish his wages for the rest of his life.
Dogpack, get that slander machine cranking, bro. Please, make 5 more videos.
All right, I need to ask you because you're 21 and you're obviously financially aware.
Actually, I'm 22.
Okay, actually, I don't care. So now, all those lefties on Twitter used to say shit like Mr. Beast is a fucking devil because healthcare is not free in the United States, and it's kind of devilish that he does this for financial gain. So I'd
Sure.
see people all the time say stuff like Mr. Beast isn't actually someone who cares. He does Beast Financial as a tax write-off. My take on that is who cares? Because what would the government be doing with that money? Would they be handing that off to the blind? Or building wells, and you know what that money would go to, Tom?
Where?
$2 billion to Israel.
Yeah, base though.
That's literally where the money would go.
In fairness, we do need more. We do need more bunker busters. Okay.
Like, am I being fucking nuclear here? Because I'm way out of my comfort zone.
Okay,
talking about like
okay.
economics and shit.
So for the tax write-off thing that people were talking about, people are saying like, "Oh, it's a tax write-off." I feel like people don't actually know what a tax write-off is. I think some people think, and I've actually heard them say this, is that a tax write-off is when you buy something and then the government gives you money for it. Like some people seem to think, oh, it's basically free because it's a tax write-off. That's what they think it is. That's just not. That's
it's a
not.
percentage back on your overall taxes that you don't have to pay, right?
Well, kind of. Essentially, the way it works is it's not really a percentage back. It's more you don't have to pay a little bit more money. So it's like, let's say you make $100,000 in the next year, okay? And
you're only like if you write off 8,000 or whatever, you're only being taxed on 92.
Yes, because the 8,000 was a business expense, right?
Yes.
And so people calling out the charity stuff, I believe the charity is a separate organization to Mr. Beast. It's a 501c.
Yeah, Beast Philanthropy is separate from the Beast Company.
Right. And so that in and of itself is its own independent, like existing thing, right? That does its own thing. Now, let's say hypothetically that Mr. Beast was giving away money, right? So that he could quote unquote get a tax write-off. Well, first of all, he's already paying millions and millions of dollars in taxes. So it doesn't matter that much. But secondly, it would have to be it would have to be retarded of him to write off as much as he does in donations if he wanted to be taxed less. Because realistically, there's a certain point at which, like,
You can only hit a certain number and then it stops counting, right?
yeah, like essentially, like, well, technically you can go as high as you want. Like, technically you can say, like, okay, well, I made $1 million this year. I wrote off $999,000. I only made $1,000, right? But if
Yeah.
you're actually writing off $999,000, like, people don't understand, like, if it goes to charity, you understand Mr. Beast doesn't get that money. The money leaves. It goes to someone else.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have the money anymore. So it's not like it's like marked down as like, okay, that's now part of his profit. No, the money leaves him. He cannot use that anymore. And if he lies, then the IRS will rape him. So like,
Like yes, he'll be raped.
they will rape him. Mr. Beast will be raped by the IRS, let it be known, if he does that. Just imagine the fat cock of the federal government in Mr. Beast. Makes me a little bit horny. Forced love allegation. IRS may go gorilla mode, but realistically speaking, you are in chat, yeah, based. I really don't buy that explanation. I mean, the thing is, like, I kind of don't like the argument always that a good thing is a good thing, but like at this point, a good thing is still a good thing. If you think he does it just to look good, I mean, you can say that, but like he's still doing it, right?
Yeah.
He's still doing it right now, even when he's like getting shit on by the entire internet. The charity's still going on, so I think it's ultimately a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, he could just do if he was doing $10 million for charity, he could just spend that time instead doing 10 million on brand deals and stuff like that, and make like videos about gaming and just keep the $10 million and pay whatever the tax is on that instead.
We
I
got
mean,
a message from the deep state as well
yeah.
on this point. The deep state Beast Co is saying Beast philanthropy isn't tax write-offs. I could have just made a gaming channel and pocketed the money. Please explain that. I could
Yeah.
do $10 million in brand deals on Beast philanthropy and it all goes to charity. Or I could do $10 million in deals and make videos on gaming and keep $10 million. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that that is base mode, and the argument there, right, is like they're separate entities. So there you go. So yeah, I think that ultimately the charitable work is good. I like that there was a lot of stuff addressed in that interview that wouldn't have been addressed otherwise. I think it was ultimately good, and people criticize like him going to Oompaville versus like other people, but it's like going to Oompaville is good because Oompaville has a big channel. He has 5 million subscribers. A lot of people know who Oompaville is. He's pretty big. If he had done the interview with like me, even I'm unbecoming of that interview. So like realistically speaking, it makes sense to go for a bigger channel, and especially because, for example, Oompaville's kind of a good candidate because he's been so critical of Mr. Beast, and he's done the interviews with
And he
Dogpack,
has
right?
had Dogpack on the platform. That's like the biggest justification is because like if you're trying to reach that specific audience, then that's where it makes sense.
I mean, there are more Dogpack fans on Oompa's channel than there are
On like Art's channel per se, like you're
than
gonna
there are on
reach
Dogpack's channel, frankly.
I don't know about that.
Well, think about it this way: Dogpack has what 500,000 subscribers on his channel.
Subscribers, yes, but views is like 13 million a video. There are
That's
way more
true.
people that are affected by it specifically.
But the people who actually care about Dogpack as a guy and like think he's really credible are probably going to be the ones watching the Oomaville interviews, which he's done like 4 of and all have millions of views, right?
Hypothetically, if the deep state was watching, I would just wanted to know if you were aware that Chris Tyson previously worked for Delaware. That's something that's come up recently. That's I guess
Worked
being
with Delaware.
Well, I thought it was worked for Delaware. Was it?
They worked
with?
together. I think they worked together at Best Buy. It's in the Gamer from Mars video.
Yeah. So I guess they're bringing that up in like question on whether Chris knew, because I mean we know Chris knew eventually. We just don't know when that was, right? Because actually, I don't know. That's coming out of Jake the Viking's mouth too. No, there was a tweet by Chris Tyson implying it.
Chris themselves tweeted about
Chris
it. Yeah.
literally said it. So yeah, it's like wondering, well, when did Chris know? And was that like a thing?
Yeah. We'd like to know that.
That's like a pretty solid question. I think needs to be asked. Anything else that you think is kind of outstanding that you'd press?
I mean, just I feel like it's clear to me that Jimmy was making recommendations to this fund about stuff to buy. Like, I think that's pretty clear. Like, it can't just be a total coincidence that the tweets came out around the same time that these things were being bought and sold, right? So that's those are the two biggest things I think that were kind of not super well addressed in the video, and maybe could have been pushed back on a little bit more. That's what I would say. Yeah. And that was towards the end. But yeah, what do you think is going to be the outcome of this? Do you think this is the end of it? Do you think this is the end of the drama?
No.
Or
Nope.
no?
Not even a chance. Nope.
How much longer do you think we
have?
have?
The next move is sue. The next move is sue for sure. But I don't think. I mean, this is far from the end. There's going to be a more Pegasus video in the morning. Dogpack is going to either say something or not say anything, but I don't think that's going to keep Rosanna away. I think Rosanna's going to be talking shit if she's already not talking shit. I mean, let me just take a look at the subreddit. What's YouTube Drama saying right now? That'll give you an indicator. Mr. Beast claims he might end up suing Dogpack. Mr. Beast response by Oompaville. Can someone please TLDR? Probably something I just want to finish watching it. In the meantime, if you want to... no, it's not really valuable.
So we got answers for both from the deep state. He said, Super was being bought and sold daily for months, independent of me, in regards to that token. And then he said, just because Chris and Delaware worked together doesn't mean she knew he was an RSO. And I agree with that, but to be clear, we're asking if you knew that Chris knew Delaware, or like what the deal was there. He said, anyways, I'm logging off.
There's actually more positive. Was proof of misinformation really deleted from the subreddit because it contradicted the allegations? That's kind of fucked up. Oh my god, there are screenshots. What the actual fuck? Yeah, this subreddit is a shithole. Because of this schizophrenic moderators. Bro, this is gold. What the fuck? I thought the schizo mod stepped down already. That's the one I chased off. Yep, the subreddit mods ban you if you don't jump on the hate bandwagon.
Mino Sabio, I talked about that too. I assume his response would be basically the same as what he said in that statement on Twitter. But yeah.
I don't know, maybe I was too hard on this. You haven't watched it yet? A few hours, I'm hanging out with my family right now. No, it's been deleted. This was an awful interview, and the big questions were never asked. He was not held accountable. Like, what do you think it held accountable was? Tom, I read a post today. Did you see this one? I'll link it to you. They said, like, ahead of the interview, we will not be... Wait, where is this? Look at this. This one's fucking gold.
Let me see.
They should have brought this one up.
Is this the one you just sent? 142?
Yeah, it's to be clear, we all know you guys didn't actually care that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no matter what Mr. Beast says, I don't trust anything that comes out of his mouth because he chooses to work with confirmed crypto scammer Logan Paul. Like, they're just like, hey, ahead of the interview, guys, I just wanted to remind you that none of this matters because you work with Logan Paul, so I don't care.
To be clear,
smear you as a pedo supporter,
it is
fucking defender, charity fraud, like fuck all that shit.
It is fucking cringe that he works with Logan Paul, but just because he does that doesn't mean that you can just make claims without evidence.
No, he's ontologically evil, and anything I do
that's
to him
that's the problem.
Like
you can't like the problem for him is like you can't prove a negative. Right? These people believe something happened. He says it like because someone else said it. He says it didn't happen. Here's my reasoning why. They're like, I don't believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's completely schizophrenic.
You and I had a call like 3 months ago when the James Warren stuff first happened, right? Could you believe where we are now just with this whole fucking story? How this is ballooned?
No, but who knows where it'll be in 6 months.
It's not over. It's
not over.
No, no way.
Well, do you mean like privately because there's going to be a lawsuit, or do you mean publicly it's not over?
No, I think that if Jimmy's crisis management team had not verified in advance that this interview would be good for Jimmy, it would not have happened. Is a nuclear take. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just reading this. Like, these guys they're not standing down. It's not a... Nicholas Diorio is very happy right now as an actual post on the subreddit. That's funny.
Well, are you?
I mean, yeah, I in some ways. I thought a highlight of the interview is Jimmy's answers. I thought I thought he had good answers prepared for a lot of these questions.
Ideally, that would be the highlight, so that's a good outcome.
It's just, I wish he had more follow-ups to, like, really flesh that out. You know? Yeah. I mean, I expected him to come out with good answers and decent answers because this has been festering on his mind for 3 months, and it's probably been driving him fucking crazy to finally have, like, an opportunity now to, like, explain yourself publicly. But it's the pushback that would really solidify that for people.
I mean, ultimately, I'm relatively indifferent to whatever happens. I just, it's entertaining to me to watch it all go down. But ideally, the truth would prevail. That's what I would say. So you think Rosanna Pansino is going to respond? You think she's going to?
Yeah, she's just a malicious liar. Yeah, she's going to keep going forward.
There's no way.
Look at the channel right now. You're on it. Do you see something on the screen? What's that second video right there?
That's true. Do you think she's scared of a lawsuit?
Completely factually inaccurate. It's been proven on several occasions that video is completely factually inaccurate. I played a clip where it's like, well, it's just kind of the framing of the video. 3 consecutive minutes of that video is her making calls that it's a big work chat, trying to weaponize this shit about Mr. Beast. The articles weren't Chris Tyson posts fucking alleged CP. The articles were Mr. Beast had child porn in his group chat. Okay, it was very clear what the intention of that video was. It was a wrecking ball that was intended to do damage. And even when that video was debunked, she went on Twitter and lied about us, posted our group chat to social media, media trying to expose us, retweeted fucking people who doxed me in the past to boost that forward. No, this woman is not standing down. She's a psychopath.
Dude, I'm trying to find that fucking that. I don't know what part of the.
Dude, she showed up in my stream chat for fucking 2 hours typing at me.
Wait, I thought it was like 10 minutes. Was it 2 hours?
No, she was there the whole stream. She watched the entire response.
Dude, I'm trying to I'm fucking I'm just imagining the Redditors right now, like literally like the Imagine Dragons, like I'm waking. I was trying to find the part of the song, but I couldn't click through it with you talking. I wonder if it'll, like, I don't know, make the subreddit implode, or if the moderators will go full meltdown mode. I'm curious how it's gonna go, because right now it's kind of a war zone.
Dude, look at this. Mr. Beast is such a liar. What did he lie about? Every answer was rehearsed. He's full of shit.
They just say shit like this.
I
remember there was this one guy in chat. There's this guy in chat who was like, "Well, he has an answer for everything, doesn't he?" And it's like, "Well, what would you prefer?"
Yeah.
What would you prefer?
What do you think he was doing in 3 months? Jerking off?
Would you prefer he doesn't have an answer? Like, would you prefer he just says, "Oh, I did it"?
He's just making it up as he goes along.
Yeah, I think Mr. Beast has officially joined the ranks of the rapes today. But he's unraping himself, I would say, for sure.
Yeah. What do you think of Sagi's video after the dust settled? He posted his fucking update today on his video.
There's a new update. Wait, there's a new update?
Yeah, he put a disclaimer. For those wondering why I accepted Dustin to pay for my flights, which, I mean, I don't know if I'm speaking fucking crazy gibberish right now, but as far as I know, Dustin was not, like, it doesn't change the fact that he shouldn't have accepted the money, but I don't think Dustin, like, it wasn't a business expense that was, like, written off and paid back to him or something like that.
I mean, I think, to be clear, I think it's fine if he got the flights paid for if he said it.
Yeah.
If he just said it. And I kind of don't buy this thing where he's like, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that Mr. Beast wanted this video to happen. It's like his employees are in your video. The people who are currently being paid by him to live.
Yeah, like Mr. Beast has to sign off on that fucking leaked footage of him getting fired, bro. There's no way.
Yeah, because these people are under NDAs.
Yeah.
Which is,
I mean,
it's fine.
Talking about Dogpack violating an NDA while showing, like, inside shit.
Yeah, and I think it's fine if they want to fucking, like, it's totally fine to me if he wants to represent the other side. They should be heard, but like just disclose it, you know. It's not the same thing, but it's kind of like, you know, Dogpack not disclosing why he was fired, or kind of obfuscating like the fact that he actually worked there for like a couple, like 2 weeks or something, 3 weeks instead of like 4 months, right? It's like, yeah, just disclose it up front and it won't be a problem later on, you know?
And dude, I'm sorry. I just don't want to hear this criticism right now from the people who didn't critically think about the Dogpack allegations for the last fucking 3 months. Like, it's really crazy to see someone write the word biased, and we didn't even know LaKoya Hill personally fired Dogpack from the company. We didn't know that Dogpack only worked there for like 2 to 3 weeks, and he lied about being there for 3 months. This was just shit that was not given to us, and this was an uncritically accepted story for a lot of fucking people. All right, I got a lot of hate in the last 3 months for even daring to fucking criticize this guy publicly. I'll be the first to tell you. I was on your stream, and your response to me was, Nick, it's not going to matter. Well, everything you're saying right now, I understand where you're coming from.
In regards to what specifically?
When this James Warren thing comes back, it's not going to matter that his research was terrible. Because and we got lucky because he was wrong, right? That way he was held accountable for that. But you were right. If it turned out that the James Warren guy was charged and he just didn't care and ran the story anyway, and he got lucky after the fact, we wouldn't even be talking about this.
No, exactly. That's yeah. Do you get my point?
I just explained your point, but
yeah.
I understand. But you were right. It's just like it's a black pill for me that all of a sudden now we're talking about bias. It's like, yes, those people work for Mr. Beast. Of course they're biased.
The thing is,
you're
really
not work for him.
You're never going to convince everyone, so it's going to be a little black pilling to you, I think, to see.
No, but it's not even everybody. I just watched the entire internet believe disgruntled employees and former contestants who got fired or whatever from that fucking company say whatever the fuck they wanted, uncritically contested, posted on every subreddit, believed by every party, and then a couple employees speak out, and suddenly it's, well, Can we really take them at their word? Like, I'm sorry, bro. Did you learn a new word? Like, bias just entered the chat right now. You're
Well,
supposed to critically think about this stuff from the beginning, not just when it counters the
here
narrative
here
that
is the
all the famous
phenomenon.
YouTubers parroted.
Here is a phenomenon you're experiencing, right? With every new false allegation, the question becomes, how could people believe this in the first place? And the answer is, people don't even consider the possibility that it could be false. And because they
No,
believe,
it's
no,
because of
wait, wait,
people
wait,
like
wait, 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 wait,
Pegasus.
wait,
Okay,
wait,
sorry.
wait, wait, wait,
Sorry.
wait, wait. Wait.
I'm
People
sorry.
in the general public don't even consider the possibility that it could be false. And then later on, if you want to tell them they're wrong, they feel justified in just being in complete denial of that because they already have a preconceived notion. It's like, okay, so like for example, with the commentary community with Slazo, when that happened, the entire community acted a certain way and then got flipped on its
Yeah.
head. That wouldn't happen in the commentary community again, but it did happen for Quite, for example, right? Where Quite, who's not really in the commentary community and has this kind of like other audience that's kind of gay, they act a certain way. Now we're seeing it on just a massive scale, right? We're seeing this with
Yes, but you
instead of a
can't
few hundred
just
thousand
leave out
people.
the fact that massive YouTubers were just pushing this shit uncontested because it was paying their rent.
Well, yeah, because the audience wants it.
There's no money in telling the truth of this fucking story.
Yeah, there's a reason why Pegasus is scared of his own audience. He's too scared to fucking say the truth.
Yes, it's just a bunch of audience captured dumb fucks who don't want to fucking critically think about anything and just regurgitate popular take. And sometimes popular take is wrong.
Yes.
I have no respect for these
Most
people.
of the time.
They're scumbags. And this is why the slot problem videos exist. They're like, wow, you guys make too much money. It's no, these people are fucking malicious.
And so they profit off of
crazy.
misinformation and get away with it.
Yeah.
But
It's literally fucking misinformation for
But
profit.
the real black pills are the average person does not give a fuck.
I know.
They hear
No,
you
they're
and
just
they hear you and they think that's a nerd. That
Dude,
guy's gay.
99% of people who hate Mr. Beast are because his smile doesn't go all the way up into his eyes and it looks a little unsettling.
Yes.
That is literally what I believe
come
at
up,
this point.
But they come up with other justifications because they're like, that can't be the real reason. There's got to be something else.
And then you push back on it. It's like, well, that's not true. It's like, well, he works for Logan Paul. Touche, sir. You've got me. You've destroyed me in the marketplace of ideas.
Well, that is the thing. It's like he hired a file anew. Actually, he didn't. Well, he works with Logan Paul.
I just think the fucking whole community needs to be gutted and fucking ripped apart. The fucking dude, we literally became fake news.
What do you mean we?
We is in like the comments. You don't think this shit makes everybody look bad?
I mean, to an extent, maybe, but
I don't care that they're making money. All the power to them. Just tell the truth.
to an extent.
That's why I appreciate Oompaville. I don't think he's great, but like at least he like platformed the non-dog pack affiliated media in his last video before this.
The thing is, like, to an extent, you're right, but at the same time, like, I doubt that the people watching your streams are the same people watching Pegasus. The problem is there's a lot more people watching Pegasus. That's the real
But
problem.
if Pegasus was telling the truth, it wouldn't matter. Then they would be getting the right answers anyway.
But they don't want the truth. They want a story.
Well, they want what they're telling them that they want, but those guys aren't. Like, I'm telling you.
Nah, dude, this is human psychology.
From the beginning.
Think of how fun of a story it is that Mr. Beast is evil, the biggest
But
YouTuber
dude, these
of all
are
time.
human beings.
I know they're human beings, and it's fucked up, but this is how people's minds work. They don't give a shit.
It's just so fucking ridiculous. And you're right. That's why it's so fucking annoying. It's like I agree with you, but like I don't know. This drives me fucking crazy.
It will drive you crazier the more that you think about it. So,
Is this just because I'm part-time? Like I haven't been fucking molested by the god of fucking not caring about everybody?
the god of not caring about the thing is, I haven't been molested. I still care.
I haven't been like groomed by the god of malicious intent.
I still care, but I've just like removed my emotional attachment from it because it's like, I don't know. I have no expectation, so I'm not disappointed when I find out everyone's retarded.
Dude, it drives me fucking crazy. It's just so sad. And it's like, again, I have to do this song and dance. Well, guys, I just wanted to remind you that Jimmy's not exactly fucking innocent here. And it's like, the point is that there's just a story that's been misreported again. I did this with Mama Max in January. And people were like, we covered this, you covered this, you have a huge video on your channel. I have a big video that I did with Mudahar. And it's like, for a year, everybody who called that guy out got called a pedo supporter, okay? It wasn't until we said the correct combination of words to convince the audience that this guy was a huge piece of shit who was farming fucking abuse survivors for money that suddenly they stopped calling us pedo defenders and started taking us seriously. And it's like, I feel like at the end of every drama, they're like, oh, okay, all right, we're going to be more careful about this. and then they just reset the clock back at the next drama, and everybody's retarded again. And it's just like we have to just battle back. It's like an episode of House where like everybody just fights us off, and at the end we were right. And they're like, "Dude, House, you were right." And then like the next episode, everyone's like fighting it like again or whatever.
Well, I mean, I'll
Everything.
I'll 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 say the same thing that I said to you before. I think in conversations about this, really, it's the same thing I've said in videos. Here is what's gonna happen with this kind of thing, right? If Pegasus is as malicious or whatever as you think he is, right? Eventually, he'll fuck up another story, and it will be about someone that's maybe somewhat likable. And it won't be about Mr. Beast. It won't be about someone everyone hates. It'll be about someone else. And
It
then
never
finally,
is, dude. It never is. It's always someone unlikable because the likable guys never have videos made on them. Nobody ever goes after Scott the Woz, dude. It's not happening.
I mean, but look at like Illuminati. Like Illuminati, for years you were preying on her downfall, emailing her, "Fuck you," and finally it happened.
And I did not get involved. I was not.
That's the thing.
I was not fair in that situation.
The point I'm
so
making.
I didn't make a video on it.
The point I'm making is, if these people are as malicious as you think they are, they'll be their own undoing. You just have to wait.
Eventually, yeah. It just doesn't. There's just so many. They just leave a trail of bodies on the way there, which is unsettling.
Well, all you can do is have fun, twiddle your thumbs, and try not to be one of them.
All right. Well, I hope he sends some money to the soup kitchens or something that aren't getting the Beast philanthropy check this month.
Yeah.
God knows he needs the money more.
True. I don't know. I almost would like to have a chat with Pegasus, but I don't know if he would even. I would guess he probably wouldn't.
Everybody's begging to talk to that guy. I doubt it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, I've never messaged him in fairness about it, so maybe he would. We'll see what his next steps are.
That would be a good convo, you and him. If you guys don't know, Tom is a world-class debater. Have you ever seen him debate Digibro?
Or what about Katie Bugs' friend? Her real friend that happened.
I always do this to you, and I feel so bad because you were like fucking 15 years old.
Keep
when
going.
you debated that guy.
I'm one of them.
You lost a debate to a fucking. Never mind. You lost a debate to Delaware.
I lost a debate to a resident of Delaware. Can we call them that?
Animated Delaware.
This guy. Delaware. You know how people have to say like PDF file all the time? Just say he's from Delaware.
He's an animated Delaware. Dude, the guy got in the video and I couldn't stop myself. He goes, dude, they call me Hoodie over at Mr. Beast. And I'm like, it's because he can't go back to the hood.
Chris Tyson was caught pushing Delawarean and Voshian philosophy.
Oh, God. Dude, am I the only one every time you hear about ethical chocolate, you just hear Vosh?
What?
Whenever you hear about, like, the ethical consumption and creation of chocolate, do you not think of Vosh?
No.
Wait, why? Wait, did this get purged from your mind? Am I making you flash back?
Why would I?
Wait, so you know his big, like, take, right? Like, Vosh's iconic position?
Oh, is it ethical CP? Is that it?
Yeah, but the comparison is chocolate.
No, he didn't make that comparison. No, he didn't.
Yes,
no.
He said
No.
like, no, that's the clip where he's like,
no.
Oh, so you're saying that chocolate is bad because chocolate uses child slavery, which is the same problem that is exhibited in. Well, you didn't know.
There's no way he said that.
No, this is all I think about every time I hear Tony's Chocolonely is that Vosh thinks we should trade this for. Never mind. All right, that's not fair to him. But yeah, dude, it's the Vosh CP take. It's about chocolate.
Bro, I want to see. This is a those who know.
It was
type
cobalt
thing.
in one, but it was chocolate in the other.
This is going to be a those who know type thing. All right. I want you to take a look at this reply and take a look at the tweet that it's replying to and tell me if you know what he's talking about here. Okay. Don't say it. Whatever you do, don't say it. But I just want to know if you know what he's referencing here. Because I know what he's referencing here. And I didn't get it at first. I thought it was a Vosh joke, but it's not a Vosh joke.
It's on the 17th. What happened on the Oh.
Just scroll up to the initial tweet. Tell me if you know what he's talking about.
Is it not? Wait, I don't get it. There's two horse jokes that I would know, and it's not. If it's not Vosh, the other one doesn't make sense.
I messaged you.
No, I get that was the other one. I just.
That has to be it.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Why not?
What the fuck does this have to do? Like, if you were in Israel.
What?
But then I could understand why he wrote that. But that's dude. Keem hasn't taken a shot at them in like a year. That would be.
I know, but it's a throwback.
I don't no, dude. I think that we're missing this. I think we're missing this here, chat. Look,
is there a third horse joke?
I don't know of a third horse joke, but
it has to be that then.
No.
Yes.
Chat. Do you think this is a no?
It has to be. Do you remember I made that twit longer that he found funny like 5 years ago? It was like Ethan had like a twit longer. It was like my response to the drama, and then you click it, and then it just had like.
It could be Bo Blacks.
Bo Black? Oh,
Robin Horsecock. Yeah.
Oh man, what is he? I haven't even heard.
It could be Josh.
What does he do?
Oh,
is he all right?
He fired up a live stream and tried to do Twitter versus with Facecam because he took all of the wrong things from everything we said, and then he got made fun of and then cried, or
Oh.
like shut the stream off and like whimpered or whatever. But like he tried to run against our election stream. I don't know why he did that.
He did Twitter versus the night of the United States election.
Yeah, he did Twitter versus the election, and it was like people were either watching you on Destiny stream or they were watching me, Augie, and Chud Logic on our streams. Like I don't know why he would run against us. He's not even American.
Maybe because he's not American. Maybe he didn't know. It's kind of a does he
Well,
know
I
type
felt
thing.
bad. I thought maybe he felt left out. That's what I felt bad
Of the
about.
election?
No, yeah, because everyone else was doing a big collab stream and he was just sitting there alone.
He should have talked about J6, dude. Why didn't he do it?
Bro, I got a video for you if you like January 6th. Did you
I-
watch the
I
video
love
of the guy with the
January 6th.
Patreon? The Patreon guy?
No?
The bread tuber who's like, wait, you've never seen it? Like, it's the new video. You know who sent this to me? Rag sent this to me recently. Let me pull this up. I gotta get you. This is something your chat's gonna love this.
Isn't Rags a furry?
Listen, all right. He's got an avatar and he does funny conversations with movies, and we record stuff for EFAP. It's
I swear
fun.
to God, I clicked
I
on
don't know
his
anything
channel
about
once and
him.
there was a straight up dildo.
I think maybe. I'm not really sure. So are you familiar with Solari?
No.
Okay, here, take this video.
I swear I clicked on his channel once and there was a dildo in the banner.
All right, I'm gonna give you the spark.
You're
Spark
sidestepping the
notes.
dildo. Confirm the dildo allegation.
I don't watch Rags' channel. He just sent me this video.
You
It
love
was
his
funny.
channel. You love it.
Yeah, dude. I'm a big full-time Ragser, dude. I don't know. I talk to them on EFAP. I other than Mauler, I don't really watch everybody else's stuff on there.
So what is good about this video?
Okay, so when you watch this video, I urge you to not look at all the titles of the sections. If you watch the YouTube criticism part in the beginning, it's a lot like the slop content creator stuff. So I think that kind of has relevance here. It takes a really hard cut right after that for about another 6 minutes. And then you should jump to like the second to last section. The only thing you'd need to know in between is that he thinks cancel culture doesn't exist. This is a balding leftist YouTuber who sounds like In Praise of Shadows, and he goes on one of the craziest meltdowns you'll ever see.
Okay.
I think your chat will love it.
All right. Well, I'll put that on the docket to take a look at.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. Have fun, buddy. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me. Peace out.